So it is a network that New Yorkers couldn't do without. The subway shuttling people across the sprawling city day in, day out. And it has spawned a whole series of myths. It's rumored that a colony of alligators is thriving in neighboring sewers. Then there's the urban legend of a headless ghost said to haunt some of the abandoned metro tunnels. And after Hurricane Sandy hit, some say rats in the subway morphed into giant rats, at least several times larger than normal. As RT's Marina Portnaya reports, a recent investigation into the state of the subway suggests the reality is almost as terrifying as the myths.
Up to 6 million people use the New York City subway every day. With 468 stations, it is the largest transit system in the world. But according to new findings, riders are commuting in unsanitary conditions, overrun by rodents. A new audit released by the city's financial manager finds that the subway system in America's largest city is flooded with rats and trash. The creatures are spotted everywhere, on the rails, on the platforms with riders, and look at this, even inside subway cars. According to the new audit, the furry rodents are being lured by piles of trash and food that the Metropolitan Transit Authority fails to clean for months on end. The city reportedly has 2 vacuum trains to suck garbage off the tracks. However, the audit found that one of the trains was broken for 311 days over a 1-year period. The trash and food doesn't just create a breeding ground for rats. Critics say garbage on the rail tracks can lead to fires and delays in service. Strap hangers we spoke with expressed mixed opinions about the situation.
Well, it does smell. That's not a plus. But in general, it's not as bad as it was.
Do the rats bother you?
No.
Why?
It's fun to see them.
It's fun to see the rats?
Yeah. They say hi and bye.
It's not very clean. And there's like paint falling off.
It's not so bad.
Does the garbage bother you?
Not really. You kind of get used to it. Just kind of ignore it after a while.
How about the rats?
They're part of the city.
In response to the audit, the MTA says it will continue working to optimize and improve track and station cleanliness. According to reports, MTA revenue is up 34%, and subway fare recently increased to $2.75 per ride. But one thing has gone down: the maintenance workforce for the subway system. The audit shows that it's been cut by nearly 50% since 2008. Reporting from New York, Marina Portnaya, RT.
Online at RT.com for you right now. Does matter matter? Scientists are one step closer towards discovering why it even exists in the universe. A NASA space telescope has detected mysterious magnetic fields that appeared right after the Big Bang, suggesting that absolutely everything in the universe is connected. Also on our website this hour, what would you do if a bear popped up on your doorstep asking for a cup of tea? A 4-second amateur video of this right there, that's waiting for you on our website. For now, Macedonia is bracing for a massive opposition rally on Sunday, which could tip the country's prime minister out of power. Demonstrations have been going on for over a week now, sparked by leaked tapes of politicians who appear to be trying to cover up a murder. Dozens were also killed in deadly clashes last week between state security forces and ethnic Albanians in the north of the country. And the deaths prompted fears a deadly conflict between Albanian rebels and the government in 2001 could break out again. Known as the Battle of Tjetiva, the conflict in the north of Macedonia lasted for half a year. In March 2001, Albanian separatists attacked the town of Tjetiva. The fierce standoff against the security forces lasted for 2 weeks. In May, the fighting started again, with rebels occupying several northern villages. Though a peace deal was signed in August, RT's Lizzie Phelan heard from some there who are afraid the violence will return.
I'm here
here above the city of Tetova, which is unofficially recognized as the ethnic Albanian capital of Macedonia. Now, in 2001, this city was literally under siege as ethnic Albanian militants from the NLA, otherwise known as Uchka, fought from the mountains around me against the Macedonian army, which surrounded Tetova for their own separate state. And the local support for that organization can be seen here today with the fresh flowers that have been laid at the tomb of some of the militants killed in that conflict. Now, even though the United States State Department regards the NLA as a terrorist organization, the United States flag can be seen flying above a monument to fighters killed in 2001, symbolic of the support which governments like the American government have given to that organization in the past. Now, today, the Albanian flag flies proudly in the heart of Tetova. But locals say that in light of the current political instability in Macedonia, including the fighting in nearby Kumanovo last weekend, that the last thing they want to see is a return to the dark days and bloodshed that they experienced in 2001.
And I just remember the first shots of the conflicts in Macedonia, and I think it was so hard for my family.
This is the same like the conflicts in 2001, and I think, but I think it is harder than in the conflicts.
This is very similar to what was going on in 2001. These are political games. Now we are waiting for a transitional government, but I hope there won't be violence as there was in 2001. It's normal to be afraid. It's normal to have fears when you hear that people have been killed, that policemen died, because what happened in Kumanovo is very similar to war. They killed a lot of people. It seems like we are on the verge of a war, and that would be horrible.
Lizzie Phelan for RT.
Thanks so much for joining us here on RT International today. Coming up next, the world's enslaving system of paper money. How much are you worth according to our industrialized society? Moneymakers and big bankers, beware. The Kaiser Report coming after you next.